Sir, can I start, sir? Om Gurubhyo Namah. With the rising sun at east, I welcome you all the teachers, students in the fantastic morning session with a hot cup of coffee to the online CME exclusive learning series conducted by I Ask Ayush. Myself, Solai Krishna Prakasha Abhishek from Government Ayurvedic Medical College, Nagarkovil, Tamil Nadu. The best time for reading Samhitas is the morning session, that is Brahma Muhurta. And let's start with the astAnga hridayam Sutra Sthanam, that is Ayush Adhyayam. For the better understanding explanation, we invited Dr. Srinivasa Vadaya, MD PhD IU. And I also need to respect Vaidya Bindumadhav Vadaya, who has contributed tons of valuables in the field of Ayurveda. He was the founder of Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Bijapur, and the founder of Nutan Ayurveda Karyalaya, and has established Pavaman Pharmaceuticals in Bijapur. And our chief guest, Dr. Srinivasa Vadaya, is a grandson of Vaidya Bindumadhav Vadaya, has finished his BA MS in the Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Bijapur. And as a proverb mentions, a tiger born will never be a cat. He has achieved gold medals from the University of Karnataka in his final BA MS. And Sir has completed his MD RSBK from National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, under the guidance of Professor Lakshmikant Dwivedi. He has conducted a survey on Shilajatu, that is black bitumen in Uttaranchal, and evaluated the Rasayana property of Shilajatu. And he studied Adhyayana Vidhi of basic texts on Rasa Sastra and Vaishajya Kalpana, such as Nishchalakara commentary on Chakradatta, Maniprabha commentary on Rasendra Chintamani, and Saralartha Prakashini commentary on Ratna Samuchaya. From the professional Lakshmikant Dwivedi and the application of Brihatri from Somaji. Sir has presently involved in the training of Vaidyas by Bhagbata Circle, Study Circle by Daily Samhita Patana. As in charge of government and as a physician, has trained more than 20 pure Ayurvedic practicing physicians at Maitri Ayurvedalaya, Karnataka. He has attended many Ayurvedic conferences and number of papers. By Prakriti Ayurveda Pratishtana, Mysuru has awarded Aparupa Tat Vishishta Vaidya Award for his contribution to the field of Ayurveda in teaching, practicing, and manufacturing medicines, and as appreciated by Mahavidyalaya Sadguru Vishwanath Maharaja Rudikara Trust Kolhapur for his contribution of Ayurvedic practices. He is a member of advisory board to the COVID-19 guidelines released by the Department of Ayush, Government of Karnataka, and published 3 sutras, that is etiology, symptomology, and therapeutics for COVID-19 in the Journal of Ayurveda. And let's not waste time and let's start with Adhyayam. Sir, you can start your lecture, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Abhishek.
Thank you, sir.
Ragadirogan satatanashaktan asheshakaya prasratanasheshan autsukya moha ratitanjaghana yo purva vaidyaya namostu tasmai. So we are going to begin with the Adhyayana, the study of the Ayushkamiya chapter with the two commentaries, that is Sarvanga Sundara and Ayurveda Rasayana. As you know, understanding Samhita is very important or a sine qua non factor in practicing. A science can advance only when it has a very strong theoretical foundation. We all know that we have a very strong theoretical foundation, which is in the form of samhitas that is available with us today, especially Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, and astAnga hridaya, along with astAnga Sangraha. So here is an attempt to understand what are our samhitas, what is told there, especially by the commentators. That is, see, the Sarvanga Sundara Ayurveda Rasayana commentary, they were said to be written in the period of, say, 13th century, right? So what were the views of them at that time? How they used to practice, right? Today we are practicing, we have our own difficulties. So how to solve them? For that we require advice from the acharyas. So how can we get it? Directly from the shlokas? From the commentators also, right? Commentators were the Vaidyas who practiced at that time. So how they understood? So if you go into the fine details, you will come to know that there is a huge treasure of knowledge lying down in these commentaries. So to begin with, we started with the Ragadi Rogan, which is a Mangalacharana. Now it is stored here. So I think the screen is visible. So Idanim Ishtadevatam Namaskritya Shastrakaraha Tantram Ariripsuhu Idam Aha Athata Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha Itihas Mahoratreyadayo Maharshaya. So what is told here? After Ishtadevata Namaskara. So having prayed your salutations or to Ishtadevata, the Shastrakara, that is Vagbhata, said like this, Athata Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha Itihas Mahoratreyadayo Maharshaya. So to understand this, or any shloka say, we have to split it. Like Atha Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha Iti Ha Sma Ahuhu Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha. So what it says, Atha Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha. Atha is again a Mangalacharana. Atha Shabda itself is Mangalacharana, and the purpose of Mangalacharana is to avoid any obstacles that may come in the process of reading. Atha, next comes Atha means Anantarya, means afterwards. That is, there is a gap between the Mangalacharana and the beginning of the Adhyaya. So Atha Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam. Adhyaya means a chapter called as Ayushkamiya. Vyakhyasyaamaha. We are going to expound, we are going to explain in simple terms. In the commentary, we will get the fine details of all this. Iti Ha Sma Ahuhu Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha. Iti Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha Ahuhu Sma Iti Ha. That is told. Iti. In this way. So we are going to explain the chapter Ayushkamiya, right? Ayushkamiya Adhyaya we are going to explain. Who told this? Iti. In this way it was told. It was told by whom? Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha. It was told by Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha. Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha Ahuhu. Means it was told by them. There is a term called as Sma here, right? So by the sutra, let Sme, that is any present tense verb that is followed by Sma, that gives meaning of past tense. Iti ha. Iti means in this way. Ha means definitely. There are different meanings, right? Ha, if we will take here as definitely. So in this way, it was definitely told by Atreyadi Maharshis. Told means past tense. So that comes by ahuhu sma. That is the kriyapada used here. So whenever a present tense is followed by sma, it gives the meaning of past tense, like Pura Vikramadityo Nama Raja Vasati sma. So Vasati is a Vartamana Kriyapada. So verb of present tense. So when sma is added, it gives the meaning that the king by name Vikramaditya lived many years ago or in the past. So the Sarvanga Sundara commentary, he explains what are the word-to-word meanings along with a detailed explanation of this Athata Ayushkamiya Madhyam Vyakyasyama. So I think you got the basic meaning, right? It is told that Ayushkamiya Adhyaya, the chapter is going to be explained here. This was told by whom? It was told by Atreyadi Maharshis. Just you try to understand here what we are reading. It is astAnga hridaya. Who wrote this? Vagbhata. But what they are telling? Iti Atreyadayah Maharshayah Ahuhu Sma. So what meaning it gives? So Vagbhata is telling this is all being told by Atreyadi Maharshis. So why this? So you know the connection, right? The Charaka Samhita, the oldest among the Samhitas, what it is told there, Athato Dirgan Jivatiyam Adhyayam Vyakyasyamah Itihasmaha Bhagavan Atreya. It was told by whom? It was told by Atreya. So now here he is telling Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha. That is Atreya, that is Punarvasu Atreya, the views of him. Then the views of Sushruta, that is Itihasmaha Bhagavan Dhanvantarihi or Kashyapa, Nimi, and along with Agnivesha, who wrote Bhela and all. So all the views have been taken into consideration. It is like all it Atreyadayaha Maharshayaha Ahuhusma. So whatever has been told by all these Maharshis, that I am putting in front of you. That is what Vagbhata says here. So Atheti. So Atha Shabdaha Asmin Mangaladhikara Anantaryeshu Drushtavyaha. So what Atha means here? So this term Atha, you can see here, Atha Asmin Mangala Adhikara Anantaryeshu Drushtavyaha. Atha means after Mangaladhikara. Atha Shabda is seen. Mangaladina Mangaladinam hi Shastranam Tadadhetrunam Nishpratibandha Pravrittihi Abhipretartha Sadhanaya Jayate. Mangaladinam hi Shastranam. So why this Mangalacharana are all used in the Shastra? Tad Adhyetrunam. What is the purpose of that? Adhyetru means who study this Samhita. Tad Adhyetrunam Nishpratibandha Pravrittihi Abhipretartha Sadhanaya Jayate. So Abhipreta Artha Sadhana means when you want to achieve something, you want to reach a goal, then what should happen? Nishpratibandha Pravrittihi. There should be no pratibandha, that is obstacle. So absence of obstacle in achieving our goals. That is very important. So to achieve our goals without any obstacle, so for that the Mangalacharana is recited, or Mangalacharana has a place in the Shastras. So by saying so, what is told here? There is a place for Mangalacharana in every Shastra, right? Athato Dirgan Jivatiyam Adhyayam Vyakyasyamaha, it's told in Charaka. Athat Vedotpatti Madhyayam Vyakyasyamaha, it is told in Sushruta. So Atha comes everywhere, right? Athato Brahma Jidnasa, it is told in some other Shastra. So what Atha indicates? Atha is a Mangalacharana. Atha Shabdaschayam Mangalartha. So what he says? What is the purpose of Atha Shabda? Atha Shabdaschayam Mangalartha. The very purpose is for Mangalacharana. Tatha Choktam. Omkaraschata Shabdascha Dvaveto Brahmanaha Pura Kantham Bhitva Viniryato Tenemo Mangalau Smrtau. So that is why it is told here that Omkarascha Atha Shabdascha. The Omkara Shabda and Atha Shabda. Right? You know Omkara Shabda. Like that, Omkara and Atha, these are considered to be the Mangalavachi Shabda. Why? Because they came first from the Kantha of Brahma. Te Nemau Mangalo Smrtau. So Atha is one among them. Omkara, that I think many of we know, but we should all we come to know from this explanation of Sarvanga Sundara that Omkara and Atha both are Mangalacharna. So whenever you want to start your study, right, whether it is from the Samhita or you want to study a part of a shloka, just you have to recite at least Atha or Omkara because they are Mangalavachi Shabdas and they help in completing your Abhipreta Artha Sadhana. That is the goal for which you are reading. Iti Atha Adhikare Aishkamiyam Shastram Adhikriyate Yavadata Urdhvam Pratanyate Atantra Parisamaptehe Tat Sarvam Aishkamiyam Veditavyam. So now comes Atha Adhikare. Now Atha is Mangalacharana. Now Atha Ayushkami. What is the meaning of Atha here? Atha Adhikare. So who is the Adhikari? Who is fit to read this? Who is qualified to read this chapter? Right? We as a Ayurveda Vaidya or as a student or as a researcher, you may say that I am interested in studying Ayurveda. I am interested in doing research in Ayurveda. So you all become the person qualified to read the Ayurveda, right? Let us see what the Acharyas have to say regarding this. That is, he says, who has to read this Ayushkamiya chapter, right? So it is told here in the Samhita that Ayushkamiyam Shastram Adhikriyate Yavadata Urdhvam Pratanyate. Ayushkamiyam Shastram Adhikriyate. Ayushkamiyam Shastram Adhikriyate means what? Yavadata Urdhvam Pratanyate. So what is the Adhikara here? Ayushkamiya Shastra is the Adhikara. So taking Ayushkamiya Shastra itself as Adhikara, Urdhvam Pratanyate means we are going to explain the things further. And now onwards, we are going to explain regarding Ayushkamiya Shastra. Till Atantra Parisamaptehe, till the completion of the Tantra, this whole astAnga hridaya. What we are going to explain? Tat Sarvam Ayushkamiyam Veditavyam. So you should understand that whatever is going to be explained here is entirely Ayushkamiya. Right? We are going to explain regarding the Ayushkamiya. Atha Anantaryecha. And it is also told Atha Anantarye. What is the meaning of Atha? Atha means Anantarye. So I explained in the beginning also. Right? Atha Anantarye. Namaskarad Anantaram Ayushkamahitam Vyakhyasyaama iti. Namaskarad Anantaram. So after Namaskara, right? After doing what? After doing the Namaskara, we are going to discuss about the Ayushkamiya chapter. So Namaskar to whom? Namaskara to whom? So as we discussed earlier, we recited the Ragadirogan, right? Yopurva Vaidyaya Namostu Tasmai. So we first saluted the Apurva Vaidya, the extraordinary Vaidya who is not only capable of curing the physical diseases, but the mind-related imbalances also. They are called by the name Ragadiroga. Where are these Ragadirogas? The Ragadirogas, they are present in the afflicted, in the patient. Not only that, they are present in us also. They are present in the healthy, they are present in the diseased. Where they are present? They are present, we know that the mind is located in hridaya, manasastu hridayam sthanam. They are from there, they have pervaded everywhere in the body. In the nakha, nayana, everywhere. Apadatala mastaka. That is, we want to remove the doshas of ourselves and the doshas which are present in the people around us, the patients we attend, and these doshas are pervaded through the entire sharira, apadatala mastaka. And such a Vaidya who is capable of removing these doshas or who removed these doshas has been called by Vagbhata as Apurva Vaidya. And after having done Namaskara to such a Apurva Vaidya, we are starting the reading of the Samhita. Right? Is it clear? So that is what is being explained here. Namaskarat Anantaram Ayushkamahitam Vyakhyasyaama iti Katham पुनः एकस्यैव तंत्रकारस्य व्याख्यास्यामः इति बहुवचनं युज्यते. So there is katham. So what is katham? Katham is a prashnavachya. It is a question, right? When you start reading, what is first that comes? That is katham. Why? Right? The very scientific spirit is being very clearly observed here, right? By Sarvangasundara's commentaries. Or for that matter, if you take into consideration any commentary, why we read Chakrapani, why we read Naschalakara, why we read the Ayurveda Rasayana? Because it is not just the translation, it is a discussion. How his friends discussed, his friend Vaidyas discussed at that time. So there is a question here. Katham punah ekasyeva tantrakarasya vyakhyasyaama iti bahuvachanam yujyate. So while reading this, you should have the basic knowledge of the Sanskrit, right? Grammar. That's a very important part. So for that, any language, whether the modern science, they read their textbooks, right? How by a specific language, the meaning is being conveyed. So our part is that we should always read the grammar, that is the Vyakarana, along with our practice, along with our study. If you want to do research, as I told earlier, if you want to do become a perfect Vaidya, the best companion is our Samhitas, and our Samhitas are written in Sanskrit, and that's why it's important that you should have a clear knowledge of the Sanskrit. So what is being asked here is a very simple question. Athat Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha. So here we came to know that he told, we're going to explain you regarding the Ayushkamiya chapter. So who told? Atreyadaya Maharshi. So but here, whatever Atreyadi Maharshis have told now, that is being told to us, right? By whom? By Vagbhata. The same thing we are discussing now, that I am going to tell to you. So now, punah ekasyeva tantrakarasya. The tantrakara is one, that is Vagbhata. How vyakhyasyaamaha iti bahuvachanam yujyate. Atat ayushkamyam adhyayam vyakhyasyaama, when this was explained. So for Atreyadi Maharshi it may be okay. But how come that one tantrakara Vagbhata, for him, the verb that is used here is vyakhyasyaama? Because vyakhyasyaama is a bahuvachana, it is a plural verb, right? See, there is a singular and the plural concept for the kartru and the subject and the verb. That is what we call as the agreement between the subject and the verb, right? For example, you say Ramaha shalam gacchati. So Rama is ekavachana. Gacchati is a kriyapada which is again in ekavachana. So when there are two Rama, by the name Rama, we say Ramau. Or say two children, we say Balakau. So Balakau shalam gacchati cannot be used. It becomes gacchataha, because gacchata is a kriyapada for two balaka. So we say Balakau shalam gacchataha. When there are more than two, that is many children are going to school, then how we use it? Balakaha shalam gacchanti. So that is the agreement between the subject and the verb. Right here, what he is telling is there is a break of agreement. What is that? Ekasyeva tantrakarasya. Vagbhata is one and he is explaining that he is going to explain vyakhyasyaamaha, which is a bahuvachana kriyapada. How is it possible? Brumaha. So we are going to explain this, he says. Asmado dvayoscha ityekatve api bahuvachana vidhanam abhilashanti. So what he says? Asmado dvayoscha. So this is a sutra from Vyakarana. As per the Asmado dvayoscha, what happens is Asmado dvayoscha iti ekatve api, even though there is one person, bahuvachana vidhanam abhilashanti. So even for a single person, this plural verb has been used. See, there are some rules. There are some rules by which we evade certain things. So by this rule, he says the bahuvachana has been applied to a singular. I will come to that point. First, let us see what he has. Yuktam eva atra ekasmin api bahuvachanam. And now see here, what Sarvanga Sundara says is that yuktam eva atra bahuvachanam. So that is why here it is yukta. One is asmadodvayascha. By asmadodvayascha, sutra, the bahuvachana is appropriate for singular person also. But what is being further explained is yuktam evatra. It is appropriate to have a bahuvachana or a plural verb. So this has a deeper meaning again. What is that is the Ayush Kamiya chapter. So this Vagbhata wrote like this. So this was the view of not just Vagbhata. This was the view of the Atreya, the Maharshis also. That is, everyone wanted to explain regarding Ayush Kamiya only. That is what Vagbhata has conveyed here. That is, everyone should read this Ayush Kamiya. This was the view of many acharyas. That is why Bahuvachana is there. In a simple meaning, you can take that. So then why they have explained regarding Ayush Kamiya? Why it is important that we should read Ayush Kamiya in the beginning only? Some student may say, or some Vaidya may say, I want to read about Udara Roga. I will read about Jwara because that is the most common disease afflicting the human beings. So I will read that. Somebody will say, I will read about Sharira, anatomy first. Some may say, I will read about Nidanasthana. So why you have to read Ayush Kamiya? That is being explained in the further lines, right? So Ayuhu Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. Tatha cha Munihi Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyogo Dhari Jivitam Nityagam Chanubaddham cha Paryayai Raya Ruchyate iti. So what is Ayu then? So what is Ayu? Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. So now see here, Ayush Kamiya is the word that we have to interpret first. So it is a Adhyaya chapter called as Ayush Kamiya. What is Ayu? Ayu is Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. So when we say just the term Ayu, you may say, what is Ayu? Ayu is the lifespan, the time period between birth and death. So that is also the meaning, but that is the most general meaning of Ayu. But in Ayurveda, when we say it is a science, it has a technical meaning also. So what is that? That we say Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. Right? The Sanyoga or the combination of Sharira, Indriya, Sattva and Atma. This is a technical definition. Right? The combination of Sharira, that is the physical body, Indriya, that is the sense organs, Sattva, that is mind, and Atma. Right? Sharira, Indriya, Sattva and Atma. Sanyoga, a union, a proper union of all these is called as Ayu. So you got the meaning. So Ayu is not just the lifespan. It is a proper combination of Sharirendra Sattvatma. So Tathacha Munihi. So every time he takes the context of Charakacharya, right? Charaka Sutra Sthana in first chapter 41 shloka. It is given Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyogo Dhari Jivitam Nityagam Janubaddham cha Paryayai Rayuruchyate iti. So it is told Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyogo Dhari Jivitam. The Sanyoga or the union of Sharira, Indriya, Sattva and Atma is called as what? It is called as Dhari. It is called as Jivitam. It is called as Nityaga. It is also called as Anubaddha or Anubandha. And these are all Paryaya or synonyms of I. So, Sharira, Indriya, Sattvatma Sanyoga is called as Dhari. Dhari means what? Dharayati Pranan. So, it is Dhari because this is the place, Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga, which sustains the prana. This Jivitam, this sustains the Jiva. That's why it is called as Jivitam. Nityagam. Nityam gacchati iti nityaga. See, once after birth, the Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga is always in a continuous motion, means it is dynamic. It is not static. So it will move, it is moving towards the death. So that is Nityaga. Anubaddha. There is a Anubandha or Baddha means the attachment or a connection. So what is the connection? See, even though we advance with age, a child becomes a grown up, an adolescent, then an adult, and then a old age. So this movement, right? This movement is indicates that the whole process is a dynamic process. So that is being told by Anubandha. Not only this, we resemble our parents, we resemble our grandparents. Why? Somebody when observes you, he says, so you look like your mother, you look like your grandfather. So what is this? This is Anubandha. So it is not just a simple combination of Sharira, Indriya, and Sattva. There is an interconnection between yourself and your parents or your ancestors. So what is that? That is being told by Anubandha. See, you may say first that it is just a lifespan, but there are lot of aspects which we need to understand by this very important technical term, Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyogo, Dhari Jivitam. Then comes Paryayahi Ayuh Uchchate. These are all the synonyms of Ayu, right? See, you are going to read Ayurveda, right? So first you are being introduced regarding the term Ayu, and you can understand so many meanings are there in this term Ayu. Iti. Iti ityayuhu. So what is Ayu then? So this is the technical definition. Now there is something called as Nirukti. So what is the meaning of that? Right? There is the exact word to word meaning will also be there. So first we understood the technical meaning of Ayu along with its synonyms. We came to know that it is pervaded, the term Ayu is pervaded not only to us, to the Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga around us. See, for example, you are sitting with your friend. So he is also a Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga. You are also a Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga. And there is a connection between you and your parents or brothers and sisters. And this Anubandha is also built on the basis of this Sanyoga. Right? Then there is something called as Nirukti. Right? We understand word to word meaning. What is the meaning of this? Right? So you have learned earlier also in the science and everywhere that there is a Greek etymology for a term. So what is the meaning of this? So like that, here also we understand that what is Ayu? Eti ityayuhu. So what is being explained here? Eti ityayuhu. Santatam yati ityarthaha. Eti ityayuhu means santatam means, as I told explained earlier, Ayu comes from eti ityayuhu, giving the meaning that it is of santatam yati. It is dynamic. It is continuously moving from one stage to another stage. That is from the infant or the newborn, then it becomes Kshirannada or the young one, the toddler, and then it moves to the further stages. So it is never static. That is being explained. Evam vidham gatvara swabhavamapi. Evam vidham. So now that's a very important explanation why this eti ityayuhu is explained here. Gatvara swabhavamapi हिताहार विहार सेवादिभिः अहित वर्जनेन च कथमेतत् स्थिरी भवेत् इत्येवं कामयन्ते येते आयुष्कामाः. So he is coming to the term ayushkama, right? First he explained regarding ayu, and now he is coming for the term ayushkama, because you have to finally understand the term ayushkama, right? Evam vidham gatvara swabhavam api. So in this way, it is of Katvara Swabhava. What is of Katvara Swabhava? This Ayu. This Ayu is of Katvara Swabhava means Ayu is dynamic. It's moving from stage to stage. Now, Hitahara Vihara Sevadihi Ahita Varjanena cha Kathametat Sthiri Bhave. Ityevam kamayante te ayushkama. So a person having ayu, what he should do? Since it is of a dynamic nature, then what may happen? The sharira will, the sanyoga will move forward and it will crash, or it will end up with what? It will lose its sanyoga or the union if it goes in this way. That is, what he wants to say here is the Sharirendrit Sattvatma Sanyoga is a continuous process. A lot of processes are taking place inside the body, right? So we have to control them. How to control them? He says, even though it is Katvara Swabhava, it is always dynamic and moving, by Hitahara Vihara Sevadivihi, by taking Hitahara Vihara, right? By consuming Hitahara Vihara, what you can do? You can Sthiri Bhavet. So what is being explained here? Sthiri Katam Sthiri Bhavet. Ityevam Kamayanti te Ayushkamaha. That is, if you take Hitahara Vihara, then it becomes Sthira. There is another aspect also. What is that? Ahita Varchanena. You should avoid the Ahita or the Apatya. So by avoiding the unwholesome food and by adopting to wholesome food and mode of living, Ahara and Vihara, that is Hitakara, and avoiding the Ahitakara, what happens? That leads to Sthiratva or stability to the Ayu. So see how detailed he has explained here. It's not just the study of Ayu. What are the factors that stabilize this Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga? They are Hitakara Ahara Vihara. So what are those Hitakara Ahara Vihara? I should understand that. And along with that, I should also understand what are the factors that disturb or destroy the Sharirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. Right? I should understand the wrong things to avoid them. I should understand the right mode of food and right mode of living to lead a healthy life. So that is what he says, Thri Bhavedityevam Kamayante te Ayushkama. That is, such persons are called as Ayushkama. So for a simple comparison, you can say that the processes, lot of processes are taking place in the body. Right? Eti explains that the processes are continuous and dynamic. There are certain, that is always the body is heading towards destruction. So how to control the rate? You cannot stop, or you cannot win over this process, or you cannot win over death. But what you can do is you can apply a brake. You can control the rate of the processes taking place in the body, the destructive process taking place in the body. How? By Hitahara Vihara. By Hitahara Vihara are the constructive changes. By Ahita Ahara Vihara, you are initiating the destructive changes in the body. By avoiding the destructive changes, and already the destruction that is taking place in the body, that is being controlled, or a brake is being applied to it so that it sustains for a longer period, or in simple terms, we get more Ayu. That is being explained as Dirgha Jivana, the longevity, right? Ye kamayante te ayush kamaha. Those kamayante, kama means desire, extreme desire. Those who are having extreme desire or a simple desire to know how I can lead a healthy life, that such persons are called as ayush kama. Is it clear? Who is a person who can be called as ayush kama? Tebyo hitaha ayush kamiya. What is hita? That is good for such persons. That is called as ayush kamiya. Okay. See here, Ayu is the Sharirendra Sattvatma Sanyoga. Kama is the desire, the extreme desire to have a long life, to lead a healthy life. Now, we have not just restricted ourselves to Ayush Kama here. It is Ayush Kamiya. So, what is Ayush Kamiya then? Ayush Kama is a person. Tebyo hitaha Ayush Kamiya. What is hitakara? What is good for Ayush Kama? Person desirous of Ayu, they all come under Ayush Kamiya. Then what is going to come under Ayush Kamiya? Not the person. What is hitakara? What is beneficial to him? So, what we mean by here is Ayush Kamaya Hita Ayush Kamiya. What is good for Ayush Kama, that comes under Ayush Kamiya. Then we take into consideration the knowledge, the jnana. What knowledge is good for an Ayushkama person? That is number one. The second is, what are the, or in simple words, they are the Upadesha of Ayurveda. To simplify this further, we can say that Ahara, Vihara. Right? Hita means what? What Ahara is Hita to Ayushkama. What Vihara or the mode of living is Hitakara to Ayushkama. They all come under Ayushkamiya. You got the point? Athato Ayushkamiyam means what? What is beneficial in terms of food and mode of living, Ahara and Vihara, to a Ayushkama. Who is Ayushkama? A person desirous of Ayu. So, all those aspects, the knowledge, the tools, what food he should eat, when he should take bath, when he should take exercise in the morning or in the evening, after having food or before food, what is right and what is wrong, they all come under the term Hita Ahita, right? Tebhyo Hitaha Ayushkamiyaha. Sa Punaha Ayurveda Agamadi Prakarana Samudaya Ayushkamaya Manena. So, what is being explained in the next lines? Tebhyo Hita Ayushkamiyaha. Sa Punaha Ayurveda Agamadi Prakarana Samudaya Ayushkamaya Manena Ityadikaha. Sa Punaha. So, this, how is this Ayushkamiya? What it contains? It contains Ayurveda Agamadi Prakarana. So, Agama is Aptopadesha. So, who were the Aptas who explained about the Ayushkamiya? They are all, those all aspects are taken into consideration here. That is one Agamadi Prakarana. So, Prakarana means topics. So, lot of other topics have been discussed here. They are all called as Agamadi Prakarana. That is one. Then comes Ayushkamaya Manena Ityadikaha. So, it is being explained, it begins with Ayushkamaya Manena. That is, from Ayushkamaya Manena, Dharmartha Sukha Sadhana, by this shloka, Adikaha. Adikaha means the first shloka is Ayushkamaya Manena, Dharmartha Sukha Sadhana. So, by that shloka and Ayurveda Agamadi Prakaranas, this chapter has been explained here. Then, Ayushkamiya iti isusoho samarthe iti shadeshaha tasmai hitam iti chahaha. So, further it is explained that Ayushkamiya iti isusoho samarthe. So, how this word and sha adesha has come here, cha adesha has come, that is being explained here. Ayushkamiya shabdaha, Ayushkamiya adhyaya visheshanarthaha nilotpala dalavat. So, Ayushkamiya Shabda. So, how is this Ayushkamiya Shabda explained here? Ayushkamiya Shabdaha Adhyaya Visheshanarthaha. It is a Visheshana. It is an adjective. Adjective to what? Adjective to Adhyaya. How? Nilotpala Dalavat. Nila Utpala Dalavat means Nila is the Nilavarana. Utpala is the lotus. Dala means the leaf. Like Nilotpala Dala means, here you can see that Nilotpala Dalavat. How to understand this? What is explained here? Dala is leaf. Dala of what? Utpala Dala, the lotus leaf. Neela is Neelavarna. But Neelavarna is not related to Dala, right? Neelavarna is related to what? The Pushpa, right? So, Neelotpala becomes the Visheshana for Dala. Neelotpala Dalavat. Now, Neelotpala itself is a term that contains two words, Neela and Utpala. Neelam cha tadutpalam, Neelotpalam. So, Neelotpala is Visheshana to Dala. Similarly, is Ayushkamiyam to Adhyayam. That is, Adhyayam is Visheshya and the adjective is Ayushkamiyam. This Ayushkamiyam has two terms, Ayu and Kama. Like the Neelotpala, Neela and Utpala are the Visheshana to Dala. Similarly, Ayuhu, Kamayante yete Ayushkamaha, Ayushkamaya hitam, Ayushkamiyam, Ayushkamiyam, Adhyayam, they become the Visheshana and the Visheshya. Is it clear? Ayushkamiya Shabda is Adhyaya Visheshana, like Nilotpala Dalavat. So, to make us understand, see what are the terms. So, he put stress on each and every term. We have to understand word by word, sentence by sentence. Then chapter by chapter, sthana by sthana, so that you become perfect in the entire Samhita. That is the intention of the persons who have written the commentaries. Bahushvadhyayeshu satsu katam adhyayam vyakhyasyaamaha ayushkamiyam adhyayam iti. So there are a lot of adhyayas. As I gave a hint earlier, that I will learn Sharira, I will learn about Nidana, I will learn about Dinacharya first. Why? Ayushkamiya first. Bahushu Adhyayeshu Satsu, even though there are a lot of topics to be discussed, a lot of chapters to be discussed, why Ayushkamiya first? So he says, Adhikritaha Adhyayanaya iti Adhyayah tam Vyakhyasyaamaha Vividha Prakareణ Visheshena va Kathayishyamaha. Adhikritaha Adhyayanaya iti. So what is Adhyaya? Adhikritaha Adhyayanaya. So that which is taken into consideration for Adhyayana, that is known as Adhyaya. So he goes into the finer details, like what we call as Adhyaya, or what can be called as Adhyaya. That can be called as Adhyaya, which is taken into consideration for reading. So it is like Pratijna Vachana, right? We are going to read about this. It's not like random reading, that I will start with something and end with something. I will discuss about, start with Jvara, and then start reading about Gulma, Purvarupa, then I will go for the Chikitsa or the Upadrava of Vatarakta. It's not like that. Once you start reading, you should become thorough in that particular subject. And that's why it is being explained here as Vyakhyasyaamaha Adhikrita Adhyayanaya iti Adhyaya tam Vyakhyasyaamaha. We are going to explain that. So, what is Vyakhyasyaamaha? Vyakhyasyaamaha is a Kriyapada, right? So it has V, Upasarga, Vyakhyasyaam, V, A, Khyasyaamaha, Vyakhyasyaamaha. So what is V? V is Vividha Prakarena Visheshena va Kathayishyamaha. So Kathayishyama means we are going to explain. We are going to explain how and what. What you know. That is Ayushkamiya chapter. How? Vividha Prakarena or Visheshena. So Vividha Prakara means in various ways. We are going to explain the thing in various ways. We are going to explain in Vishesha Vidhana. So, we are going to explain the Ayushkamiya chapter in Vividha Prakara. So, Vividha Prakara means what? In different ways. Right? Why different ways? And the second is Vishesha. Means there is a Samanya Vidhana also. So, why Vishesha? So, Vividha Prakara Makyanam Vyakhyanam. So, why Vividha Prakara? The same subject is explained in different ways. What is the need? So, can anybody tell this? What is the meaning of Vividha Prakara? Why it is told here? You can unmute and tell.
Sir, Trivida Buddhi of Shishya.
Yes, very good. So, who told this?
Srini, sir.
Okay, very good. So, Trivida Shishya Buddhi Hita. So, why Vividha Prakara Makyanam? Why Vividha Prakara in different ways? The thing has to be explained because there are Trivida Buddhi Shishyas. The person who is going to read this is of three types: Manda, Madhyama, and Pravara Buddhi. You can mean it in another way, that when I first day I start reading the Samhita, what is going to happen with me? I understand nothing. So what is here? There are a lot of verbs here, lot of adjectives explained here. So how to understand this? So in the sense where I stand at the lowest level. I have to upgrade myself. So I become a Mandabuddhi. When as I start reading, as I start practicing, I observe all these in the patients, right? What I understand that I have been upgraded, right? So like that also the Trivida Shishya Buddhita is to be understood. But the basic fact is that there are three types of intellect, and to make them understand is the intention of Ayurveda. See, there are a lot of other sciences also. If you don't understand what they will say, you are unfit to learn this. But Ayurveda is not like that. It is Trivida Shishya Buddhihita, right? It is for all those who have come to learn here, for all those who want to learn Ayurveda, for all the public or all the people in the society who want to understand about Ayurveda, because they are also desirous of Ayurveda. It's not that just Vaidya is interested in getting a dirghayu or lead a healthy life. So for everyone who is desirous of a healthy life, who is desirous of a longevity, he is fit to learn Ayurveda. That's what we are discussing now, Ayush Kamiya. So who is fit to learn Ayurveda? Everyone is fit to learn Ayurveda, and that's why it has been explained in threefold ways. Now, Visheshena Katheshyamaha. What is Vishesha Kathana? It is a detailed explanation or a specific explanation also. That means there are simple methods also by which we come to know about Ayush Kamiya. There is a simple method and there is a specific method also. Like everybody is having a certain knowledge regarding how to protect themselves, right? For example, there is severe rainfall, or say you are gone to the market and the rain started. Now what you will do? You will take shelter, right, in a shop or in a place which is covered, or you will carry an umbrella. So what is this? It is a preventive. It is to protect yourself from the rainfall or the varsha. That is what? That is nothing but a charya. It is a rutucharya, right? So what you are doing here? You are doing ahita varjana and you are following the hita. This is nothing but you are protecting your ayu. So this is samanya jnana. Now, if you want to have a detailed knowledge, then you have to refer the texts of Ayurveda. You got the point. Why Vishesha Jnana is being written here. You know that you should eat food. But is there knowledge or science behind this? Like when you should eat food? So if you say, the patient will say, or a healthy person will say, that do you eat food, sir? Yes, I eat food. When? Sir, I eat sharp at 9 a.m. daily. Then we ask the question that whether you are having appetite or kshuda at that time, what he will say? No, sir, it is not like that. We have practice. I, all my family members, we all eat. We take breakfast at 9 a.m. So, is it right? By Samanya Jnana, it is right because he is taking food, which is a source of energy. That is the basic meaning to protect himself. But this Vishesha is whether it is time to take the food. The best time to take the food is what? It is when he is having kshuda or the hunger. So when he is having hunger, he should take the food. That is a Vishesha Jnana, specific knowledge. Now again, along with that, whether he is having Trishna or the thirst or not, that is again a further specific knowledge that you need to apply in the practice also, right? So there are a lot of other aspects regarding taking food, what you are eating, what is the place where you are eating, with whom you are eating. So there are a lot of specific knowledge needs to be understood. So that is all being explained where? That is all being explained in these chapters, right? In the chapters of Ayurveda, in the astAnga hridaya, in the Charaka Samhita, in the Sushruta Samhita, right? That is being explained here. Visheshena Kathayishyamaha. You got the point. Vividha Prakaram Akyanam is to make everyone understand. And Vishesha Akhyana is the specific. You have to go get this specific knowledge, and every bit of knowledge, you have to understand it properly. So, then what is being explained here? Ayush Kamaihi Purvam Drishtatvat Asya Adhyayasya Ayush Kamaya Ayush Kama iti Saudnya. Ayush Kamaihi Purvam Drishtatvat. See now how beautifully they have explained. So we got the term Ayush Kama, Ayush Kamiya now. Now he says Ayush Kamaihi Purvam Drishtatvat. So somebody will say that why we should read this, why we should follow all these. That meaning we got to protect ourselves. Now somebody will say, are we the first persons? Are we the beginners of understanding Ayurveda or implementing Ayurveda in our lives? No. Lot of people, Ayush Kamaihi. Ayush Kama is a person desirous of Ayu. Ayush Kamaihi means Ayush Kamena, Ayush Kamabhyam, Ayush Kamaihi Tritiya. It is Tritiya Bahuvachana. That is lot of persons who were desirous of Ayu, right? not just Vaidyas, all the persons who were desirous of Ayu. Purvam Drishtatvat. So in the Purva, the previous, that is in the past, Drishtatvat, they saw this. Drishta means, Drishtaraha means, they saw this being implemented in their life. Who saw this? Brahma saw, Ashwinis, Prajapati, Atreya, the persons who were benefited from this. The most common yoga we use, Chavanaprasha. So Chavana is also a person who was benefited by the knowledge of the Ayush Kamaya, right? So Ayush Kamayi Purvam Drishtatvat. So a lot of people in the past got the benefit after following these, and that is why this has been called as Ayush Kamaya. They got Ayu. They could get Dirghayu, or a long life. They could lead a healthy life by following the principles, by following the Hita Ahara Vihara. And that's why we should read this. And that's why it is fit to be called as Ayush Kamaya. Right? See, this plural itself indicates that, like we say today, the statistics, the probability. So, how many cases you have seen? Dinacharya. How many people have followed your Dinacharya so that I should also do Abhyanga today? You will say, sir, there are some 30 students in my class who do Abhyanga daily. There are only 30 students. So you are in Tamil Nadu. So all, whether in every district they do this. So like that, if you ask, that's what we call as statistics. No? So what he's telling is Ayush Kama, a lot of people in various places, at various instances, they have implemented these principles of Ayurveda and they got the benefit from this. It's a record, right? It's a record. So he says all have followed. They were able to lengthen their life, and that's why you should also follow this. Arthagatim adhikritya adhyaya iti nama. Arthagatim adhikritya. So adhyaya iti nama. So adhyaya is actually based on what the arthagati, what's the meaning that is intended to be told. So I want to tell about what you need to follow daily. That's the arthagati. Then I will say the name of the chapter is Dinacharya. I want to tell you that you know what you need to do daily. But when the season changes, anything is to be adopted. Yes, you have to follow something that is related to that season. Like you were drinking normal water or cold water in the Grishma. Now you should start drinking Ushna Jala because the rainfall, the monsoon has started. So this change. So for that, Arthagati, that means this I want to understand. Then you should read Rutucharya. So in that way, Arthagatim Madhikritya Krita. Arthagati leads to the name of the chapter or what is being intended to be told. So, Tatha Choktam. So Adhikritya Ayam Adhyayana Adhyayanama Sodhya. Adhikritya Adhyayanama Sodhya. So by taking Adhikara means I am going to explain this. So on that basis, the Adhyaya is being explained. Pratisthita iti. So that is being established method that is being told in the Charaka Samhita. So even though he is explaining Vagbhata, he is taking at every time the references of Charaka because he want to prove that it is equal to or the same thing has been told what is being explained in Charaka Samhita iti. Tatra, now he comes to a very important aspect. Now, see what we are doing here. We are trying to understand the word to word meaning. So what is that word called? See, Ayush Kama. That's how it is formed. A, U, then A, that is Swara. A, U. U is formed by Y plus U. So if we begin like this, they are all Varnas, right? Then what is Ayu then? Ayu is Varna Samudaya. Varna Samudaya. Varna Samudaya is called as Pada, right? Then Ayush Kam, Ayuhu is one. Kama is another Pada. So what is Pada Samudaya? Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha. This is a sentence, right? Pada Samudayo Vakyam. The group of words is called a sentence. Vakya Samudayo Prakaranam. The Samudaya or a judicious arrangement of these sentences is called as a Prakarana. What we call this? We call this as Prakarana. So earlier Sarvanga Sundara told what? We are going to discuss this chapter with several Prakaranas. The Prakarana Samuha is called as Adhyaya. The group of Prakarana is called as Adhyaya. Like this chapter is Ayush Kamiya chapter. What are the Prakaranas here? First, we will discuss about the Brahmasmritva Ayusho Vedam Prajapati Majigrahat. Means what is that? That is Agama Prakarana. Right? Who were the Aptas who told us regarding this all knowledge. So we will begin with that. That is Agama Prakarana. Then there is Dosha Prakarana. Then Chikitsa Prakarana, Hetu Prakarana, Lakshana Prakarana, Aushadha Prakarana, Hetu Linga Aushadha Jnana. In the same way, this whole chapter is divided. So that we call as Prakarana Samudaya. That is Adhyaya. Sa Adhyaya. Then Adhyaya Samudaya is what? The Dinacharya, Rudacharya, Drava Vijnani, Annaswarupa, right? Matrashatiya. They all constitute a part known as Adhyaya Samudaya, which is called as Sthana. We call this as Sutra Sthana. Then Jvara Nidana, Gulma Nidana, Raktapitta Nidana, they all constitute what? They constitute Nidana Sthana. So such sthanas like the Sutra, Sharira, Nidana, Chikitsa, they all constitute what? A group that is called as Adhyaya Samudaya is known as Sthana. Then Sthana Samudaya is called as Tantra. That is the astAnga hridaya. So that is what is being explained here. V Shabdo, Nanartha, Ang, Abhividau, Uttarakhyaschayam Alankaraha. So now he again comes to the next part of explanation. Right? You got the meaning? Like what is Adhyaya? It's a group of prakaranas. So now, V Shabdo Nanarthaha. What is Vyakhyasyaamaha? V Akhyasyaamaha Vyakhyasyaamaha. V is V Shabdo Nana Arthaha. V means Nana Artha, the various meanings, the various intentions for which this is being explained. Ang Abhividho. Abhividho means complete understanding. The various meanings have been explained and complete knowledge has been given. That is complete knowledge and various means different knowledge that is being explained by V.A. Uttarakhyaschayam Alankara. So what is the Alankara that is explained here? You know Alankara, Upama Alankara, Rupaka Alankara. So various Alankara or the literary devices are being used in the language. We use metaphor, we use simile. So like that, there is an Alankara here. What is the Alankara here? Alankara where Athat Ayush Kamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaam Ityas Mahoratreyatayo Maharshaya is there, no? Here there is an Alankara. So there Alankara has been explained here. So what is that Alankara? Tasya hi lakshanam. So Kavya Alankara he has taken into consideration. See how what they used to read. So what we understand why Kavya Alankara is given. He says he read Kavya Alankara and he took the reference from there. He applied it in Ayurvedic texts, right? What is this Uttara Alankara? Uttara Vachana Shravanat Unnayanam Yat Purva Vachananam Kriyate Tad Uttaram Syat Ityadi. Tataha Anena Vakyena Shishya Vachanam Idrisham Unniyate. Samsarismin Ami Pranino Nana Roga Nika Vibhutaha Trataram Alavamanaha Chaturvargat Prishante Tat Konu Bhagavan Natropayaha Syaditi Kritah Prashne Guru Pratijadne Athato Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha iti Atha Shishyavachanat Anantaram. So, what is being explained here? It's very simple, right? It appears to be a very lengthy, detailed explanation of what Sarvanga Sundara has told, right? Uttara Vachana Shravanat Unnayanam Yat Purva Vachananam Kriyate Taduttaram Sat. You concentrate on this. So, Uttara Vachana Shravanat. Uttara means what? You know, answer. Vachana means sentence. So when an answer is being told, it's a sentence in the form of answer that is being told. Unnayanam yat purva vachananam kriyate taduttaram sa. See, in your high schools, you might have learned that sometimes the opposite way, it's like you are given questions in the exams or in your exercise and you have to write answers for that. But there are certain questions wherein the answer is given and you have to deduce the question, right? You will be given a sentence and you have to find the question there, right? When we say that Chavana Maharshi approached Ashwinis, yes, Chavana Maharshi approached Ashwinis, then a lot of questions will arise. Why they approached, when they approached. So like that, when a sentence is being told, a lot of questions arise in your mind. Now, the Athato Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakhyasyaamaha is what? What he is telling is, this is a Uttara vachana. It is what? It is uttara. It is an answer. This whole sentence, we are going to explain the chapter called as Ayush Kamiya. Who told this? Vagbhata told this. Atreyadi told this. So what was the base for this? This is an answer. But where is the question now? Yes, the question we have to deduce. Why they told this answer? What was the question? That you have to deduce. You have to think of. So that is being explained here by Sarvanga Sundara commentary, right? That's a very important, unique contribution of Sarvanga Sundara. Tataha anena vakyena shishyavachanam idrisham unniyate. So he says, by this sentence, by this uttara, we understand what is being asked. Shishyavachanam idrisham unniyate. So just you try to understand here that Athat Ayushkamiya Madhyam Vyakhyasya is told by whom? It is told by Vagbhata. He is our Acharya. Now, why he told this? So just you are sitting and he started explaining regarding this? No. There was an instance. Anena Vakyena Shishya Vachanam Idrisham Munyate. Shishya Vachana means there was a question that was asked by a disciple or a Shishya. Disciple or Shishya of whom? Of Vagbhata. Earlier, Atreya. So who were the disciples of Atreya? Yes? Can anybody explain? Who were the disciples of Atreya? How many disciples were sitting in front of Atreya, Punarvasu Atreya? Yes?
7th.
7. Who were those?
ಅಗ್ನಿವೇಶ ಬೇಲ ಜತ್ತುಕರ್ಣ ಹಾರಿತ ಪರಾಶರ ಕ್ಷಾರಪಾಣಿಸಿ.
So 6 they were, right? Tato anena vakyena shishyavachanam idrisham munniyate. So the shishyavachana, so he want to deduce what was the question of that shishya. That is, what was the question asked by the disciple, so that he gave this answer. So that is being very beautifully explained here. Samsare asmin ami pranino, asmin samsare, in this samsara or in this world, ami pranino, we all living beings in this world, asmin pranino, ami pranino, nana roganika vibhutaha, nana roganika vibhuta. We are all afflicted with various diseases. So what type of diseases he explained? Nana means various. Roga means diseases. Roganika means we are not just afflicted with a single disease. We are afflicted with a group of diseases. Nana roganika vibhutaha. Now, the further explanation is very important. Trataram alabhamana. Trataram means, trata means protector. So whom we are considering as a protector, he is unable to protect us. Nana roga anika vibhutaha. Trataram alabhamanaha. So we are in a condition, helpless condition. We are unable to get cured of our diseases, of our afflictions or our sufferings. Trataram alabhamanaha. Chaturvargad drishyante. So we are unable to perform our daily duties. So we are unable to do our occupation. We are unable to go to our office. Even if we go to office, we are unable to concentrate on our work, right? Dharma, artha, kama, which that's why we are unable to get the artha, whether it may be money or the achievement. So you're unable to achieve what we desire. Then kama means what we desire. So the bhrishante means they are getting devastated, or we are unable to achieve our goals in our lives. Why? There are two aspects. One, we are afflicted with diseases. We are not just afflicted with diseases, we are afflicted with a group of diseases, and we are unable to find a proper protector. Tat konu bhagavan atra upayaha. Bhagavan atra kaha upayaha. Ko anu. Ko nu. There is a sandhi here. Anu means after. So in such a situation, who is going to protect us? So what is the remedy? Bhagavan. So you please explain. Syaditi kritaha prashne. When this question was asked, the teacher explained. Athato ayushkamiya adhyayam vyakhyasyaamaha. He said, now I'm going to explain you Ayushkamiya chapter. So it applies to the present condition also. It's a universal truth. So we end up in diseases, we end up in group of diseases. Father is suffering from diabetes, mother is suffering from hypertension, grandfather, he passed away because of cardiac arrest. So the child is there, he is suffering from sinusitis. Every month he has to be taken to the OPD. He is given a set of antibiotics and all. So this is not Ayurveda. Even if we want to give some kashayas, you want to give Yashti Madhu, Lagusut Shekara, Sut Shekara, Agastya Rasayana. If you continue for months together, then there is no use. Why? What is the aim here? Swasthasya Swasthasya Atarasya Vikara Prashamanam. So in chronic diseases or in a child, we can definitely make him recover from those conditions by making him follow proper dinacharya, rutucharya, then give medicine. Right? So for him, he says, for all these people, Ayush Kamiya Madhyam, you have to adapt what? Ayush Kamiya chapter. Don't just come to the clinic, take medicine and go away. Or Vaidya, what he should do? He should explain what is the Ayush Kamiya Vidhana. The Ayush Kamiya Vidhana is what? It starts from dinacharya, the rutucharya, the annaswarupa. He has to explain each and everything. So what we found, or what our Vaidyas found, that when we practically follow this in our clinic, we are able to make the patient get rid of his suffering, get rid of his afflictions permanently. That way people come to Ayurvedic clinics. Why? They say, sir, we believe that Ayurveda enroots the disease. What is enroot? That happens only when we ask him to follow the Ayushkamiya Vidhana, the whole method of the Ayushkamiya that begins with this chapter. Right? So he says there are a lot of doctors or Vaidyas who are able to just maintain that condition of the disease by taking some pills daily. But what we expect is from this is we want to know a permanent method, a standard method which we can follow so that we can become swastha and pass on this to our patients, our near and dear ones, or those who ask us. So that's why it's Athata Ayushkamya Madhyam Vyakhyasya. So you just try to understand the greater meaning here. There is something extra meaning here. This is a question of whom? The question of a student. Which student? The student who has come to learn Ayurveda. He says, why I have come to Ayurvedic field? Right? If I ask this question, you may say, sir, for some it may be a chance. I came to Ayurveda. For some, it may be a change. Whatever it may be. But we have to understand how a student, see, you are a student who have come from the NEET exam or whatever the CET exams you have passed, you have come to Ayurveda, right? Now, how is the student in the 13th century, how he came to Ayurveda, right? That is being explained further also. What were his qualifications? Now, the basic qualification is that he should have the concern towards the disease because he is going to treat, he is going to become a Vaidya. What is the concern? The concern that people are getting afflicted with the disease again and again. They're afflicted with the diseases from which they are not getting proper cure. They are just popping the pills. We want to avoid that. What is the method for that? For that, you should read Ayush Kamiya. So when you read PUC2 or complete your +2, you are having a knowledge of the theory, the texts and all. But what he is expecting here is you should have a practical knowledge also. What is happening in the society? People are getting suffering from so many diseases. So that's why I have come. I want to become a doctor. I want to become a Vaidya. Right? So that should be the spirit of the person. So that is the spirit of the Shishya, the student who joined the Ayurvedic course in 13th century under Sarvanga Sudra Arunadatta, and that was his questions for which the answer was given as Athat Ayushkamiya Madhyam Vyakyasyama. It's the answer of the Arunadatta, it's the answer of Hemadri, it's the answer of all the Ayurveda Vaidyas. Atha Shishya Vachana Anantaram means after the Shishya Vachana. So who was the Shishya? How was the Shishya? So that is being explained here. Ato Hetor Yasmadayam Shishyaha Shruta Kula Shiladi Sampannaha Dhi Medha Guna Bhushana Bhutascha. So after Ata is Hetovachi. So there is I told you there are a lot of meanings. So there is another meaning of Ata. Ata means Hetu, that is Karana. The reason for which he has joined Ayurveda. So how he is the Shishya. How he should be? He should be Shruta Kula Shiladi Sampannaha. Dhimeda Gunabhushana Bhutascha. So this is divided into two parts. One is Shruta Kula Shiladi Sampannaha. Shruta Kula Shiladi Sampanna. In simple terms, Shruta Kula Shiladi Sampanna gives meaning what? From where he has come, what is his background, right? And there are certain Vaidyas who belong to, whose ancestors were also Vaidyas. His father was a doctor, father was a doctor. So, Kuladi Sampannaha means whether they belong to such a family. See, there are again different meanings. Why they should be taken into consideration. So, if you are from the such a family, means you should contribute more. You have learned something earlier also. So there is more onus on you. So like that, Shrutakuladi Sampannaha, then or a simple terms, he should be identified or should be known. That is one. Then Dhimeda Guna Bhushana Bhutascha. Bhutaha means he should be acquired with what? Dhi. That is Buddhi. He should be intelligent. Dhi means again more intelligent. Medha, then more superior than that. More superior than the Buddhi. That is Medha. So he should have a good intellect or a strong intellect. He should be intelligent enough to understand the science. Medha Guna Bhushana Bhutascha. And he should have very good qualities, like that came in the question itself, that compassion towards living beings. So compassion towards living beings is a good quality of a person who is going to learn Ayurveda, who is practicing Ayurveda. So how he should go, his guna should be? His guna should be like a bhushana. Or when he comes to learn, he should wear a golden necklace. It's not like that. Like bhushana, like the ornaments we wear, he should wear the ornaments of intellect, ornament called as intelligence, right? An ornament called as compassion. So all the good qualities he must possess, and those good qualities have been called as the bhushana or the ornaments. So such should be the student. So at one end, he is insisting on his moral character. At the second end, he is insisting on his intelligence also. Both the factors were taken into consideration for a student who wanted to learn about Ayush Kama or the Ayush Kamiya. Now he comes to further explanation of what is the Vyakyasyamaha. Vi vividaihi prakaraihi Ashishyabodoत्पत्तेः Ayushkamiyam adhyayam Vyakyasyamaha Varnaishyamaha. So by earlier also it was told, like V means Vivida Prakar, various ways. Shishya Ayushkamiyam adhyayam Vyakyasyam. We are going to explain Ayushkamiya chapter. To whom? To the person who has come to learn Ayurveda or understand about how to maintain a healthy life. So, Ashishya Bodhotpatyehe, this is very important. Ashishya Bodhotpatyehe means if you don't understand, then what has to happen? Then you have to ask again and again. The teacher has to confirm again and again whether his disciple has understood the subject properly or not. Shishya Bodhotpatyehe means he has to make him understand the subject entirely. Right? That's why the word-to-word meaning explanation has been given here by Arunadatta. You can see so detailed explanation is being given here. Why? Because this has to go deep into your mind. You have to understand it perfectly. Till you understand, it is the duty of the teacher to make you understand. Right? So that is Vyakyasyamaha means explaining in various ways regarding what is good or bad to Ayu, and that should be in a complete sense. Nothing should be left. That is Ayushkami. No. Kidrisham tadvivida prakaram akhyanam. Now we told there are various ways of explaining. What are the various ways of explaining these things? Brumaha. What is the vivida prakara akhyana? Padataha, tadarthataha, prayojanataha, chodyataha, pariharataha, sambandha viteyatascha. So there are 6 ways of explaining in various ways. What are those? Padataha, by pada, tadarthataha, its meaning. Then prayojanataha, its utility. Chodyataha, chodya means question. That is, what is the question behind? So when you understand by word to word, you understand its utility, then there is a question. Then parihara. solving that question. Sambandha videyatascha means related aspects. So these all come under Vividha Prakaram Akhyana. Let us understand what he says. You can will clearly come to know. Padato yatha. Let us take a pada. Right? Ayurveda. Like he has taken here Ayuhu iti idam padam. See, Ayu is a pada. Right? What he has told padataha, tadarthataha. The second is tadarthataha. Tadarthato yatha एतीत्यायुः एतीत्यायुः सन्ततं यातीत्यर्थ अर्थः अहितवर्जनेन हिताहार विहार सेवनेन कथं स्थिरी भवेदित्यायुः. So that is ayu. Ayu is what? That which has to be stabilized by hitakara ahara vihara and to be protected from ahitakara ahara vihara. That is ayu. Prayojanato yatha. What is the prayojana? What is the use? Yatha atraiva dharmartha sukha sadhanam. So to achieve our goal in our life, to do our duties, to get the artha and our desires, kama, we follow this Ayurveda. So dharmartha sukha sadhanam is prayojana. Chodyato yatha. No, there is a question. Chodyato yatha means nano. Kathametat kevalam dharmartha sukha sadhanam iti vaktum paryate. Yato asya ayushah karmaiva kevalam dharma sadhanam iti vaktum no paryate. Yatah asya ayushah परिपालनार्थं विशस्ताः काकगृध्रभासादयो राजयक्ष्मचिकित्सिते भोज्या इत्युक्तम् अभक्षाश्चैते श्रुतिस्मृत्योः अभक्षत्वेन उक्तत्वात्. एवम् अभक्षभक्षणात् हिंसया च पापयोगः तद्योगाच्च अधर्मसाधनं च न धर्मसाधनम् इति परिहारतो यथा. Then comes the parihara. So chodya is a question. So chodya is a question means the question may be of various forms. There are different ways of asking a question. That is why ayu means then you may ask something about ayu. What is related to ayu? So like here he has asked a very unique question or something which is very much related to our text. So what he question asks is yatah nanu. So whenever you get the term nanu in this chapter or anywhere, you should understand that it is prashnarthe. It is question. Katham etat kevalam dharmartha sukha sadhana. You told that it is dharmartha sukha sadhana. We follow dharma, we get artha, we have kama or desires, that also we achieve by following this ayush kamiya. So then vaktum paryate. So how can you say that the prayojana is dharmartha sukha sadhana? It appears that it's not right for me, the person who is asking this question. Yatah asya ayusha, because ayusha karmaiva kevalam dharma sadhanam iti vaktum na paryate. It's not appropriate to say that the dharma sadhana is achieved by the following the Ayurveda. Why? Because ayusha paripalanartham, to protect the ayu, right? To protect yourself. What is being explained here? Vishastaha, kaka, grudra, bhasadayo. The various animals and their mamsa is being consumed or being advised in the text to be consumed in Rajakshma Chikitsit, in Rajakshma Chikitsa. Bhojya ityuktam. Even in Jvara, everywhere you find the mamsa rasa has been explained. Avakshash chaite. So they should not be consumed. Shruti Sutyor avakshatvena uktatvat. But other texts say that they should not be consumed. In Shruti Smriti, evam avaksha vakshanat. So by avaksha vakshana, by consuming this, what is happening? Papa yoga. There is papa, or there is a sin being done. Then you are saying it is dharmartha sukha sadhana. How is it? Tad yoga cha adharma sadhanam na dharma sadhanam. Because by doing so, what is happening? Adharma sadhana. You are doing adharma, not dharma. So pariharato yata. Atraiva pariharato. Yajnadikari sharira nimittam kakadinam vishasanam bhakshanam vidhiyamanam na adharmaya. Pariharato yata means the answer is why these mamsa and mamsarasa are being administered. For a person who cannot sustain by the normal food, or whose dhatus cannot be raised by the dhanyas, then we administer the mamsadi vidhana. It is not for adharma, it is for dharma. Itaratha kridanartham kriyamanam adharmayaiva. But if you do for krida, for a sport, just you want for taste, you want to kill the animals and eat it, then that is adharma. But we are protecting the life of a person. That's why when being advised by a vaidya for a particular condition to protect the life, right? When it cannot protect by other means, by giving sharkara or by giving rasayana or other aspects, then only is the position of this bhakshan of mamsa. Tatha cha kakadayo api tat sadhanopayogat धर्मेण तत्फलेन सम्बध्यते यज्ञा इव पशवः तदेवम् आयुषो धर्मसाधनत्वं स्थितम्. Similarly, those animals which are being sacrificed for giving the mamsa or the mamsa rasa for the person to protect his life. So in that way, they have contributed also for the upliftment of the mankind or the humankind. And this humankind, he is going to protect them again. So in this way, it becomes dharma. It's not in this cycle, it's not an adharma. So sambandha videyashtu uktaveva. So in this question, he has raised a very different aspect, right? So in the beginning, Modi has asked that you all use and recommend the anda, mamsarasa and all. So are you not killing the animals? Then the answer is that in the specific conditions to protect the life, under certain conditions, it is being advised. It is not for kridanartha. Na raga na pravijnanat aharan upasevate. That is na raga na pravijnanat. That is not by raga. That is not by just attachment or without the knowledge. We should not do anything. We should not take any ahara. That is the base for this. So then Sambandha Videya has been explained earlier. So then Nanu, he comes to the next question and explains about the further. So with this, I think it's 8:30. So we'll complete the discussion of the Athato Ayushkamiyam Adhyayam Vyakyasyamaha. So whatever are the questions, so since we'll be having this session for the 4 days, so we'll complete today. So tomorrow we'll continue with that. If you have any questions, you can ask in the middle also, or we will also complete in the last part. Right? Thank you. Thank you for your silent hearing. So this was the first day. That's why I explained in detail regarding the term to term. Tomorrow you all have to involve. That is, you have to contribute. You have to ask your questions, whatever doubts you have. So this we come to end of today's session. Ragadi rogan satatanushaktan asheshakaya prasratana sheshan औत्सुक्य मोहार्थितांजघान यो पूर्व वैद्याय नमोस्तु तस्मै.
Thank you for the session, sir. Very nice, informative session, sir. So shall we move to the conclusion, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. A guru is a person who teaches his shishyas to attain a deep knowledge about the subject. And in the same way, I would like to thank Dr. Srinivasa Vadeyar for understanding the base of Ayurveda. We have just started a sparkle today, and let's continue till 12th August. And as same as in the morning, we also organize a series at evening by Dr. S. Rajapandi from Government Ayurvedic Medical College and Hospital Nagarkoil on the topic of Dhara Kalpana and its practical importances at 6 p.m. Zoom started from today till 11th August. We also had done many successful webinars such as on topics Sanskrit learning in Ayurveda, glimpses of mental health practices in pediatrics, Sthanika Chikitsas on Sri Rogas, etc. You can also watch them through our official YouTube channel, ayush. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. And thank you for all. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. Stay live. Thank you.